I called my wife Betty, but there was no response. I looked everywhere, but I couldn't see her. And tried to shout her name, there was nothing. And walked around and ran around the road. And after 10 minutes, I shout, I couldn't find her. So I was so worried, I think I totally lost her. So the only way that I could do is to call 911.
43 division officers went to the residence and discovered that the missing person was a female, 71 years old, goes by the name of Betty. So 43 Division started a search for her, and because of her condition and the fact that she wasn't dressed for the weather, apparently she only had a light jacket and some slippers on, everybody was concerned, obviously. Set up the drone, set up a search pattern, a couple hundred acres, which would be next to impossible for ground officers to search, especially at night. And when I turned on my last grid line up by Ellesmere, a thermal signature popped up on my screen. So when I flew the drone up and put the spotlight on, the bush was heavy, but I could see through it. It definitely looked like a person. I could see a person's face through the trees. So I knew we'd found Betty at the time. From the time she was reported until the time I found her at about midnight was probably about 7 hours. They found her cold and shivering on the ground. Possible hypothermia starting to set in.
I couldn't express my gratitude to the Toronto police because they were so efficient, they were so professional, and they have the knowledge. They know how to use all those tools. So with those aerial technology, I really appreciate it. I would send my fully utmost gratitude for the Toronto police.
We find quite a few missing people. This one was especially satisfying for not only Mike, but our whole unit. It saves tons of boots on the ground. It can fly over a large area. The City of Toronto certainly has a lot of urban parklands, a lot of green spaces that we need to search, a lot of waterways that we need to search as well. So having that RPAS capability for searching from the air for missing people is hands down a great asset for the Toronto Police Service.
When you find somebody, when you do have a find, and you know that without you finding them, that the outcome might have been fatal, it's a really good feeling.